I love seeing news like this because I really believe the UFL can thrive in cities like Columbus, Ohio, and other cities that are really decent sized cities but don't really have big time professional sports. I mean, this right here should be a no brainer. Number one, Ohio is a really big football state. People in Ohio love football. And then you look at a city like Columbus, right? The capital of the state, pretty big city, but they don't have a professional sports team. The biggest show in town is the Ohio State Buckeyes, and guess what? They're in the offseason in the spring. And then they're smart. They're not playing at Ohio Stadium. They're playing at the MLS Stadium for the Columbus Crew. 20,000 seats, that's perfect. If you take notes, the two best stadiums in the UFL right now, besides St. Louis, is the DC Defenders, and they play in the DC United Stadium. They're not playing in the Washington Commander Stadium. That's the perfect environment to pack fans in there, and I'm sure they'll feel it out in Columbus. Now, I've been to a DC Defenders game. They probably have the best, if not the second best, environment in the UFL. I mean, it's absolutely lit. They got the beer snake going and everything. And I believe the UFL should look at more venues like that. Book smaller venues. Unless they have a big fan base like St. Louis, it's better off having a smaller stadium with a packed crowd than having a big stadium with a small crowd. Because number one, it's way better energy on TV, and visually it looks better on TV. And as a player, you'd rather have that than have a big stadium and the crowd is crickets. And we have another great location for an expansion team. Just like Ohio, people in North Carolina love football. Raleigh, the capital city, the biggest show in town is NC State. There's no professional team. The only pro football team in North Carolina is all the way in Charlotte, and that's hours down south. And the Raleigh-Durham area in North Carolina is one of the most populated areas in the state, so you can generate a fan base there. Now, my only critique is the venue. I don't know if they're going to have a big fan base in North Carolina, so I would suggest playing maybe at Duke Stadium because it's smaller. Either way, I believe these two cities can do really well in the UFL. My personal opinion, I would love to see some teams in Virginia. Maybe the Tidewater area down in Norfolk, Virginia Beach. I would love to see a team in Richmond. And I think other cities like Sacramento, California, Portland, Oregon, El Paso, Texas, these are cities where they have major populated areas, but they don't really have the big-time sports teams. Honestly, I'm really rooting for the UFL. I want to see it succeed. Number one, it gives players and coaches more opportunities for jobs. And number two, it feeds us football till the NFL and college football starts in the fall. But what city do you want to see the UFL expand to next?